The plastic industry tends to have a fairly bad name because everybody thinks about plastic as the single-use non-returnable packaging that goes into the unseasonable fruits. We tend to make much more technical products than that, such as your chairs that you sit on in the office, things to do with broadband and IT and those sort of things, rather than that single-use plastic. We started the business in 2003 as an MBO. And today we're turning over about £18 million a year and employing about 130 people. So we're using about 4 million kilowatt hours, which is probably the equivalent to 400 or 500 houses. So we're quite a heavy energy consumption people, and that tends to be across the piece, so it's fairly consistent through January, through July, Monday to Friday. So we've been working quite closely all the time to actually reduce and make our processes more efficient, to actually use better per kilowatt hour that we produce. And therefore the next logical step is actually to regenerate the power to actually reduce our kilowatts that we pull in from the grid. That's seen as a great environmental plus from our customers and obviously the local environment and our employees. We are under a great deal of pressure with our customers to actually reduce our carbon footprint. So obviously there's two ways that you can do that. You can use less per product, and obviously the other way that you can do that, the second prong that you've mentioned there, is to actually make sure that the kilowatts are being produced through renewable energy. We came up with a selection of about 3 shortlisted, of which obviously NRG was one of the top ones there. So it obviously had to be commercially viable, as it were. We found that there was a number of suppliers that just didn't want to bother to quote, or they were going to try and charge us to quote. We didn't find that. They were a very easy company to work with, and what inspired us, I think, which is why they got the business as opposed to one of their competitors, was they converted, if you like, the technical jargon into layman's English, so we could understand what we were getting and why we were getting it, and also convinced us that they were capable of actually fulfilling and producing quite a technical, large-scale project. The whole footprint of the building is about 75,000 square feet, and we've covered it completely in solar panels, so it's going to reduce our environmental impact by about 20%. One of the joys about NRG is they're a bit like Cuprinol. They do exactly what it says on the tin.